The U.S. Naval Sea Cadet Corps is an official youth development program of the Navy and the Coast Guard. It's one of America's best kept secrets. Today, I'd like to make it less of a secret. Hi, I'm Joe Cirone. My paid and volunteer careers have given me more than 20 years experience and service in various roles at the expeditionary, operational, and support levels with the Army, Coast Guard, and now the Navy and the Air Force. I have also served as an officer and an adult volunteer with the U.S. Naval Sea Cadet Corps in both New York City and currently at the Washington Navy Yard in D.C. If perhaps you know a male or female, aged 10 to 17, who can use a dose of discipline, leadership development, or self-confidence, or who may benefit from an opportunity to explore various careers, college scholarships, military enlistment, or military academy application, then perhaps you will appreciate my talk today. The Junior ROTC program, or Reserve Officer Training Corps, is a well-known high school-based program for youth sponsored by the Department of Defense. The U.S. Naval Sea Cadet Corps is sponsored at the request of the Secretary of the Navy by the Navy League of the United States, and it is primarily supported by the Navy and the Coast Guard. Both youth organizations offer similar experiences and teachings, but their approaches, organizational structure, funding, and results differ. The Sea Cadets is a viable alternative to gangs, bullying, premature teenage pregnancy, drugs, alcohol, tobacco use, as well as other negative influences, according to Janice Lavoie, a Sea Cadet adult volunteer and officer with that program. Sea Cadets are youth ages 10 to 18 who volunteer their time at night, on weekends, and holidays year-round. Additionally, during school breaks in the winter, spring, and summer in order to participate in training and activities both locally and globally. Sea Cadets voluntarily participate in their program to develop as leaders, learn patriotism, self-reliance, personal responsibility, courage, seagoing skills, and positive values. Teaching leadership skills and allowing cadets to practice those skills while advancing through the ranks and taking on additional responsibilities is one hallmark of the program. Cadets take Navy correspondence courses, the very same ones that active duty and reserve personnel take for advancement purposes. Cadets attend a 2-week-long version of boot camp complete with reveille at 5 a.m., before dawn physical fitness sessions, chow lines, uniform and barracks inspections, overnight fire, safety, and security watch duty, classes, military drill or marching, and more. Boot camp begins the process of molding young men and women into disciplined, confident, and self-reliant followers and leaders. Military drill and hands-on activities provide the need for immediate teamwork. Advanced training of approximately 4 weeks away from home, attendance at 75% or better of the local Sea Cadet drills per year, successful completion of at least 2 Navy correspondence courses and their associated closed book exams are all part of the cadets' progression and the yearly promotion path. According to the Sea Cadet annual reports, thousands of youth attend Sea Cadet basic and advanced training programs throughout the country, afloat, aloft, and abroad, including places like Japan, Russia, the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and more. In 2005, over 8,000 cadets participated in this training. Nearly 8,000 in 2007, and over 6,000 in 2009. Hundreds of cadets graduate from the Sea Cadets and enter the military at advanced pay grades up to E3. Or they attend college, some with scholarships provided by the Sea Cadet program, or they enter a military academy. Former JROTC, Civil Air Patrol cadets, and college-level ROTC program cadets, combined with former Sea Cadets, make up 18% of the incoming Naval Academy class, according to the Academy's profile of 2014. Of the 18% total, between 10 and 12% are former Sea Cadets, approximately double the number of former cadets from all the other programs mentioned. To me, that is statistically significant. School-based programs such as the Navy JROTC are conducted during school hours. They offer school credits and some hands-on training in the naval sciences. Because there is no connection with any school course, Sea Cadets do not receive school credit for participating with the Sea Cadet program. Whereas most JROTC training is accomplished in the classroom, most Sea Cadet training is hands-on, including aboard boats, ships, and aircraft. JROTC is based in many high schools across the country. Its instructors and officers are paid school employees, many of whom are retired or medically disabled military personnel, according to the official NJROTC Navy website. NSCC, or Sea Cadet units, are based at various locations on and off military installations. Its instructors and officers are volunteers aged 21 and above, with an interest in helping the youth of today. Some of those Sea Cadet adult volunteers are retired. Others are reserve or active duty military personnel or civil service workers. The majority, however, are parents of cadets. JROTC's funding for classroom equipment, cadet uniforms, and half of the instructor's salary comes from the federal government. Local school districts offering JROTC programs provide additional funding, paying for the remaining half of the NJROTC instructor's salaries, as well as classroom, administrative, and operational costs. Most of the Sea Cadets funding comes from the enrollment of its cadets, its adult instructors, officers, the Navy League, and private donations. Approximately $2 million in federal funding is used to offset the cost of supporting and running Sea Cadet training opportunities, according to published reports. Approximately 480,000 cadets participate in the JROTC. Approximately 10,000 cadets participate in the Sea Cadets. In 2009, there were 75,000 Navy JROTC cadets in nearly 700 school-based programs. That same year, there were approximately 9,000 Sea Cadets in some 300 Sea Cadet units. The ability to participate in the NJROTC as part of the school day, the larger number of units available across the country, and the visibility at school events and in the community are likely reasons why its enrollment is much larger, according to Ensign Lavoie. Today's society is more competitive than ever. Youth are looking for the skills that will give them the edge that they need for success. Cadets in the Sea Cadet program participate voluntarily to develop as leaders, learn patriotism, self-reliance, personal responsibility, courage, seagoing skills, and positive values. Sea Cadets develop leadership skills during the local drills, at a Petty Officer Leadership Academy, and while taking Navy correspondence courses. Sea Cadets practice those skills in different roles and settings. For example, Sea Cadets could start off being a senior cadet or a buddy in a pair of cadets. Then they progress upwards to perhaps a task force leader, squad leader, company commander, division chief, and finally, a chief petty officer. They practice skills during drills and activities, at advanced training courses, aboard boats, ships, and aircraft. Sea Cadets get to see the immediate effects of their teamwork and their leadership. Traveling away from home and away from parents, cadets develop independence and self-reliance, and at the same time have fun. Not surprisingly, most parents and cadets enjoy the break away from each other. Some parents have in fact told me they enjoyed the vacation or the mini honeymoon while their Sea Cadet unit made their son or daughter a better person. The Sea Cadet program teaches cadets the virtues of personal neatness, loyalty, obedience, courtesy, dependability, and a sense of responsibility for each other. Experiencing military life and discipline without any obligation whatsoever to join the military helps Sea Cadets develop a sense of patriotism, an appreciation for our military men and women, and a personal responsibility and assigned tasks, personal responsibility for their own behavior and their expectations. The Sea Cadets is one of many youth programs available for youth today. Because of its limited funding, its reliance on volunteers, its lack of advertising, and its limited visibility in schools and the community, its enrollment numbers are smaller than other programs. But its effectiveness, efficiency, and overall value may exceed others. Today, I've mentioned 2 youth programs sponsored or supported by the military. The JROTC is the most well-known, most visible, and best funded. The Sea Cadets is less well-known, less visible, and smaller in size. Both organizations offer youth similar experiences and teachings, but they're not the only ones. The Civil Air Patrol and Young Marines are 2 other military-related programs available to youth today. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and their affiliated groups for younger, older, and co-ed interests, such as the Cub Scouts, Daisies, Explorers, and Venture Crew, are some other federally chartered groups that come to mind and may be worth consideration for youth development. Today's youth are seeking alternatives to gangs, to the bullies, premature teenage pregnancy, drugs, alcohol, and tobacco use, as well as other negative influences. The Sea Cadets offer that and more. Sea Cadets demonstrate their commitment to becoming better people by volunteering their free time at night, weekends, and holidays, as well as during school breaks in the winter, spring, and summer to participate in Sea Cadet training and activities. They are motivated to purchase their own uniforms and travel out of their community to Sea Cadet units. Some are hours away from their homes. That to attend training and activities, even though they do not get school credit for attending. Sea Cadets develop as leaders, learn patriotism, self-reliance, personal responsibility, courage, and positive values. If during today's talk a young male or female comes to mind that would benefit from discipline, leadership development, or who might benefit from an opportunity to explore higher education, careers, scholarship, military enlistment, or military academy application, then I believe our time together today was well spent. I encourage you to follow up by going to seacadets.org to locate a unit near you, or, if you prefer, contact me at 703-740-1138. Again, that's 703-740-1138. It's been my pleasure spending time with you today, informing you about a program which I believe is one of America's best kept secrets. Now, please feel free to tell others about it and make it less of a secret. Thank you for your time and attention.